I started the Mayborn in Japan program in 2016 with the intention of giving UNT students an opportunity to learn about the Japanese media and the communication industry and interact with Japanese students on both educational and personal levels. The program also allows students the chance to plan their own weekend trips to explore and experience the rest of Japan, where the ancient, medieval, modern, and postmodern mingle to produce a unique, dynamic culture.
How did I hear about the program? I think I just saw it on a poster.
I got an email, I think it was like maybe a day before the application window for the program was ending.
I had previously studied abroad in Japan for a full semester, so I was just looking for a way to go back.
This, I felt, was a good opportunity for seeing more of like the business side.
I was like, you know, the only way to go about this is to just completely throw myself in.
This was my first time traveling, not by myself, but without family. So I felt like this was like someone kind of holding your hand to be able to travel somewhere else.
I think the biggest surprise that I had, and this was especially true when we were in Tokyo, was just how quiet it was.
There's never not something to like look at or talk about or like really look into.
Tokyo, I had only been to for like 2 days in my previous program, so it was still new to me.
Public transportation was definitely something that I had forgotten about, like how it can be a little overwhelming at first, but once you have it mastered, it's kind of crazy. You get this kind of like agency.
I feel like I was getting like an exclusive experience. Getting to see your field just like done in a completely different way and light is like so cool.
That was one of our first visits, and it really just set the bar really high because they were so welcoming and so nice. And then they took a photo of us and they printed us into like a cover of a newspaper, and I thought that was really cool. I still have that.
And then they say, oh yeah, so by the way, we're gonna do this exclusive thing where you get to go up to the helicopter pad, and like even the regular staff doesn't get to go do this, and I am terrified of heights.
Once I actually started to do the site visits, it just started to really fall into place where I started to really appreciate how welcoming and wonderful the speakers and employees of the organizations that we went to were.
It definitely felt like more of a place I would call home than Tokyo. Tokyo felt like a vacation. That place, it did feel like a home.
It was also a bit less loud and overwhelming than Tokyo. It's more of a laid back, like relaxed, almost kind of like beach town.
You know, UNT is a green campus, but they were equally as green. Just beautiful trees, beautiful greenery everywhere. And I think it really like kept me happier.
I was excited to get to the classwork. I mean, like, this is what I like came here for, to study. Like, I knew I was gonna come to a different country, and part of it was like getting to explore, but I knew that I was gonna be completing 2 classes.
When it's time to play, it's time to play, and when it's time to work, you work.
The whole purpose of them is to be able to experience the country away from classwork and stuff. My favorite, of course, had to have been my trip to Sapporo.
I went everywhere. I went to Hiroshima, Kyoto, Tokyo. I was gonna go to Okinawa, but unfortunately it was typhoon season, so maybe think twice before you book a flight there.
I made the mistake of not really planning things before I went, and then once I got there I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna sit in my dorm and not do anything. So look up things like kind of make a little miniature bucket list and work on that while you're there. It gives you something to look forward to.
You'll adapt, which I think is better than saying you'll be okay. Because it's like when you say you'll be okay, it's like, oh, all you see is like the ending, like whatever. It seems so far, but you'll adapt.
In the big scheme of things, we didn't have that much time, you know. We have a month, which seems like a lot. But once you're doing things and you're busy and you can't meet with people as much as you'd like, it kind of seems like it went by really, really fast.
I know that the biggest issue for people would be financially, but I would try to emphasize like there's definitely opportunities to get it paid for.
I would hate for someone to miss out on an opportunity of a lifetime just because they don't think they could afford to go. People want you to experience things like this. You should want that for yourself too.